Welcome to another fascinating edition of Realities May Vary. All three boys are here tonight. This is crazy. I'm Brian Noonan. That's Craig Collins. That's Cody Gough. Craig has he takes a week off because he's working 87 radio jobs, and now he comes back with a pitcher of, that looks like margaritas to me. Is it?
It is Zarita, a margarita pre-mixed beverage.
Ding, ding, ding. Are they your sponsor? Are they the official sponsor of the broadcast?
Come on. This is an opportunity for product placement, people. If there's anyone out there watching, I will hawk anything, and I will do it with physically large items. So please get involved.
We're as bad as NASCAR drivers. You can slap stickers on us. We'll put stuff all over. I'll line the shelves behind me with all your various products.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you're drinking a pre-mixed margarita, because over the weekend we tried a pre-mixed margarita.
Nice.
It was an 1800 watermelon margarita. It was fantastic. 9.9% alcohol. It was delicious.
Okay.
Cody's
my wife is in the corner trying not to get into the shot. Yes, you can watch Shameless without me. Yes, that is okay.
Are you guys still watching Shameless?
We just got into it. We were not watching it during the run. We're doing it now because we miss Chicago because we're living in Peoria now.
Yeah, that's not really Chicago.
No, it's not at all. We miss Chicago because we live in Peoria is the sentence I said.
No, I'm saying, but that what's on Shameless, I don't count it.
Well, there's outside shots. They have the L and stuff.
No, I understand. No, I understand. And I watched the thing was I started watching Shameless when it first came on. And the first couple episodes, I thought, I don't like any of these characters. I hate them all. Yeah. And then I stuck with it for a number of seasons. And then about 3 seasons ago, I just was out. It wasn't even like a conscious decision. It was just, oh yeah, I didn't set it to record.
It's interesting you said that because we're in the middle of the second season, and Betty's text to me was actually, can I watch Shameless? Because it seems like you're losing interest. And yes. I am kind of, like there's something about it that, I don't know, it's not as interesting as it was season 1.
No, it's the same thing. They're horrible people doing horrible things to each other.
Yes.
And it's, Hi, Cody. How are you?
I haven't seen Shameless. My cousin Sarah was obsessed with it, but that's all I've got. That's my only point of reference.
That's it. All right. Well, that's good. Yeah. That's really all we need.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything for you, Craig, so I don't want to talk too much more about it.
No, I've read it. I've read ahead.
Oh, you read the book?
No, it's not the book. I read synopses ahead.
I do this. The series.
I do this with most of the shows we watch. Is I just read what happens to the characters on like their Wikipedia entries or something, and so I know what's coming in the show. I shouldn't, but I do.
All the way down. How far?
I know everything that happens to Emmy Rossum's character and everything that happens to Lip. Those are the only two.
So she Lee. Fiona Lee.
I do. Yeah. Yes.
That was about, I think, the season after Fiona left. I watched, and then I was done.
Well, that's the last season of the show, isn't it? She leaves in season 9.
Oh no,
really?
I think there's 28 seasons.
Oh wow, okay.
This thing ran longer than Gunsmoke. For a very dated reference.
Yeah, no, I've never seen that show.
It was only out for like 42 years, I think.
I have no idea what that is.
By the way, Craig,
on
not to change the topic too much, too abruptly. Too greatly, but Craig, my wife says hi.
I hate every part of that. Cody and I had a conversation. We had a conversation on the phone. He's a guest on my radio show. So this happened yesterday, and during the timeout, during the break, he told me that his sister had said hello to him when he talked to her earlier, and that's the stupidest thing as people we do. Pass on a hello is at an age when we're so connected. We're so connected. Your sister could send me a Facebook message, an Instagram like. She could high five. There's so many ways she could pass along a hello. And half the time, and I told this to Cody too, I believe that people lie. I believe that when you're having a conversation and you mention somebody that you mutually know, we then make up the hello, which is the stupidest thing any of us ever do.
You make up the hello? I
accuse Cody. I accuse Cody specifically, but several people in my life of making up hellos when they mention someone they talk to that I also know because I haven't talked to them recently. And they're like, she said hello to you, or he did, when it's total crap.
See,
it happens, Noonan.
You're bringing out the hot takes already, and I'm
it happens.
I always like your hot takes because they're so off base.
No, they're not. Passing on a hello in 2021 is the dumbest freaking thing any of us can do in the history of all things.
I don't believe among friends it is. I think if I'm talking to you or Cody, and at the end of the conversation I say, "Hey, say hi to Betty or Dr.
Oh my God.
Cody's wife." That's not dumb. That's me showing you that I remember who you're married to.
You know what you could do that takes
married, and three.
No. You know what you could do that takes just as much effort? Go to any of my social media pages and do it yourself. Do any. It's not like you have to call me up and do a phone call in this day and age.
I don't have to. I'm just saying if we're
do
talking,
anything.
If we're talking, I don't out of the blue wake up on a Wednesday and go, it's time for me to wish Betty, give Betty a
hold on.
Hi, hello.
All right, then I have a different version of this take. Passing on a hello in 2021 is actually offensive. It's actually borderline mean because you're so capable of connecting with someone else on a different platform that to not do that and instead pass a hello through a surrogate is the crappiest thing any person has ever done. I'm mad officially at your sister now, Cody, and not mad at your wife because you made that one up, but I'm mad at your sister.
Wow. Well, here's something. Oh, nobody talks to you. How about that? Nobody talks to you.
Okay, that's
nobody
fine.
Nobody pretends that you're married. We ignore your wife, even though she's lovely, and we would.
You shouldn't. You should send some kind of message to her on social media. She's on the Twitter.
Well, she can listen to this, or if I'm, we could. If I say, "Hey, say hi to Betty," what's it? Hey, Noonan said hi when you hang up the phone. How hard is that? That's not rough. That doesn't seem like a lot of effort. I didn't say, "Hey, listen, I have these. I have a list of things I need you to tell Betty."
Right.
It's a list of 100. If you could start taking notes now. Hey, Noonan said hi. That took Cody. How long did that take me? You're the official timekeeper of the program.
Oh, half a second, I think.
Half a second.
Dude, my face hurts from laughing so hard. I knew this would happen. I'm stone sober right now, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm I toked up or anything, and I just got the weed laughs. That was hilarious. That's why I had to bring it up, because it was hilarious when I first sparked this yesterday off air. You started doing this off air, and I was like, this is gold. You got to do this on every radio show you ever host.
I'm not kidding. And I know that Marta now said all my takes are off base. Well, this one, not at all off base.
But Craig, the thing is, I think part of the reason it's so entertaining, other than that you have such strong, your opinion is so strong, is that
it's not fueled by pre-mixed margaritas.
No, it's not.
Say that.
I'm pouring a little extra.
It's not entirely off base. There is I can see where I don't necessarily agree with it, Brian, but you can kind of see there is some kind of reasoning behind what Craig is saying.
He doesn't want to agree. He does.
There is absolutely no reasoning behind what Craig is saying.
There's every reasoning.
Don't tell me to say hello to somebody. What's the reasoning?
No. Say hello through another human. You can say hello in 6,000 ways in today's society. There's so many ways to say hi. You don't have to tell Cody.
But I don't
you said hi.
I don't feel the need to reach out that way.
Well, then you're actually disrespecting me.
No, that's not true. I'm talking to you. No, I'm talking to you, and I'm thinking about you and your life and everything that goes with it. And I realize that pass along a hello to your wife when you get off the phone. That doesn't mean anything. It'd be if I started calling your wife just to say hi, that'd be a little creepy.
Would you agree? What I said, Noonan. That's not what I said. You just bastardized my entire conversation and turned it into the crappiest version.
If I slide into her DMs, that seems weird to me. If I'm talking to you and I go, "Hey, tell your wife I said hello," that seems very natural. It's not weird, disrespecting. Yeah. It's a lot less weird than going,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Say hello.
Well, hold on. Let's contextualize a lot of what you just said there. You have had 0 one-on-one conversations with my wife that I wasn't around for. It's not like you guys have a friendship of some kind. So I don't think you guys have ever passed a hello to Betty to begin with. So in the context of this conversation,
wait, what?
Have you ever passed a hello to Betty? Have you ever told me to say hi to Betty before?
Many times.
Really?
Brian, go back and look at all your texts and emails.
Okay. Well, she did make our logo.
She did.
So I guess she's involved in the show.
No. That's a Brian thing, Craig. Every time we get off the call with Brian, he says, "Say hi to your wife." Every single time without fail. It's a Brian.
I listen to that part.
Your wives.
That's the part I don't listen to. That's the
Well,
the
that's
part of conversations I tune out.
Well, now you're the rude, disrespectful
Yeah,
one,
who's
Craig.
I'll own that. That's fine.
you're the villain.
But look, I would also say I wouldn't care if you sent like Betty a DM. I wouldn't get mad as long as the DM was just like, "Hey, how are you doing? How's your mom?" or something. I mean, let's contextualize it. If you sent her a message like I think Tom just said, "Tell Betty I asked about her." You know, I don't know. Like there might be some that might get like, "How is the marriage?" would be an odd thing for you to send to Betty. That would feel weird.
Craig has a lot of weird ideas, huh? That's the DM that I sent her.
Right.
How do you
Right.
put up with that crap? That kind of thing?
I could be totally fine with her having a conversation with either of you that I was not a part of.
No, wait, Craig, hold on. You said yourself there are a million ways to get in touch with somebody, right? Text, email, Facebook,
Yes.
whatever.
Right.
Why are all of those methods, hundreds of thousands of ways, why are they all superior objectively? They're all superior to saying, hey, why don't you pass on a hello?
Because of the amount of effort involved.
There's no effort involved.
No,
This is
hold
the
on.
effort. Brian said hi. That's the effort.
Okay.
Brian says hi.
Back in the olden times that only Brian remembers, when there were like very few things for us to connect with other
Brian
people.
remembers.
That was very mean.
Telegraph.
That was an ageist shot. I took it
Very
and I feel
efficient.
sorry about it already. But there were very few ways to connect with other people. Maybe there was like, you had to ride the horse and carriage over to the other house. Now we have a bunch of other ways to talk
He's
to
not
people.
Roger.
So-
He's not. Come
Passing
No, it's
on-
true. I used to send the town crier up and down the streets with all my greetings for the day.
Right. Now in today's
Ding,
society,
ding, ding,
we're
ding.
so-
Tell
we're
Betty I
so-
said hello. Ding, 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 ding.
we're
Yeah.
so connected now that in today's society, it takes a tiny bit of additional effort to say hello to any human being, on your own, as opposed to through someone else.
I
So
didn't ask you to go to your neighbor's house, knock on the door, and pass along my good wishes. I asked you to.
I'm not
in
saying.
passing-
Hold on. You
In
missed.
passing, to say hello to your wife, who you're probably eating dinner with. I'm guessing you're going to sleep with at some point later tonight. You're passing in the hallway. You're
Yeah.
bumping into. She's standing right behind you.
I wasn't talking about the effort asked of me to pass on the hello. That is
seemed-
obviously
that
little
seemed-
effort. No.
That seemed
What I'm
like you
commenting
did.
on is your effort as the hello passer to only give it to someone to send it to someone else and not just go to social media and do it yourself. It takes 2 seconds. I have a phone. Oh wait, I'm using the camera. I have things that I can do this with in the 2 seconds. A text message, a tweet, all of it takes barely more time than tell someone I said hello. It is offensive in 2021 to pass on a hello.
I think this conversation is offensive.
All right, that's fine.
This, I believe your hot take is too hot.
Okay.
It's too hot for reality.
It's
I
fine.
don't, I don't understand. This one, I honestly, and I'm not saying this I honestly don't get where you're coming from on this one. This seems so
Cody seemed a little get it.
manufactured.
He seemed to get a little bit.
insane.
All right, it's fine. It's fine.
Don't say so. Wait. So we're not. If I'm talking to you
Yes.
and I remember, as we're hanging up, I'm like, hey, say hi to Betty. I'm
Yeah.
being lazy and rude.
Accurate. In 2021, you're being lazy and rude. Just go say hi to her on any of the
So
platforms you're both on.
you would rather me have her phone number or her accounts and just out of the blue just pass along a hello.
Okay.
I don't pass along hellos to you out of the blue.
I know, but this is the version of maybe what generationally there is some separation because yes, of course you could be connected to an account of Betty's. You could be friends with her on social media. I'm
not
friends with
generational.
Casey on social media. I'm
Sure.
friends. I don't think I'm friends with Debbie on social media, but I'm friends with Casey at least. That's not inappropriate. That's
No,
the
that's
age
fine.
we're in.
That's fine. And listen, fine. I'll look up Betty on Facebook. I'm going to start dropping her all kind of crazy
It's
messages.
fine. She's on Twitter. She's not on Facebook. She's not
All
on
right.
Facebook.
I'm going to tweet all kind of crazy conspiracy things at her.
Have at it. That'll be.
No,
She'll
but
love it.
like,
She'll be
if
very
I-
happy to hear from you.
if I see that and I commented on Casey's Instagram post today.
There you go.
If I see that, I wouldn't call Cody and go, "Hey Cody, I need you to do this." But if I'm talking to Cody on the phone and we hang up and I go, "Hey, say hi to Casey," I don't think I'm being out of line or being rude.
I do. I can't get over it.
All right. So
I don't know who Mike's talking to about being a douche.
It's me. It's come on. We know who he's talking to.
Of course I know, but I didn't want to just I didn't wanna
we
lash
know.
out.
I
Mike.
do take umbrage with Craig's claim that this is a generational thing. I think we are on a podcast. Realities may vary. And I think we all know Craig. Here's the thing about Craig, and we know you know this. You've said this all the time. We've talked at length about it, and it's great. One of the things I like about you, Craig, is that you hate small talk. You think small talk is the worst. It's a waste
it's stupid.
of time.
It's a really dumb thing we all do.
Brian, the way that Craig translates and interprets hey, tell the person I said hi, that is interpreted as small talk. You, Brian, and me, and many other people interpret
normal people. Let's say it. Normal people.
I didn't. You put the words there, not me.
Tonight is the last night I'm doing the show, so we're going to go out with a bang.
How is it really? Why?
Oh, it's going to be fun now.
Because we asked you to say hi to. Because we asked you to say hi to Betty.
Oh, please.
I'm breaking this down for the listener, okay? I am being very non-judgmental here. Like I said, one of my favorite things about Craig is he doesn't like small talk, right? But for those of us that do, or at least understand what it is, sometimes, if you say like, hey, how you doing?
That shot. Understand what it is, my friend. I understand everything that small talk is. It's dumb. People don't actually want to do it. You've had scientific studies that you've reported on, Cody, on your award-winning podcast about how people don't like small talk. So I comprehend the existence of it, but it's freaking dumb.
Well, see, now here's the thing. I agree with that. I don't consider a salutation at the end of a conversation small talk because
salutation through a surrogate individual.
Oh my God. It's your wife. It's not it. You are honest to God. All you have to do is turn your head and there she is.
No, in that moment, no. I was at work.
At whatever moment. All right. Yeah. But you're going to see her. I'm not asking you to go out of your way.
Sure.
We're not going to listen. Drive downtown. There's a gal who lives at 14th in Maine that you need to stop by, say hello to her, see how she's doing.
Yeah.
Run by. Listen, I knew a lady who's now in a nursing home somewhere in Peoria. If you could drive to all of them and say hello. Her name's Blanche. If you could find her, that would be terrific.
As to the effort that I'm getting upset with. It is not the thing you're asking of the individual in the middle to perform. That's not where I'm mad. I'm mad at the effort it took to say hello to someone through someone. I'm mad at the hello giver, not the hello passer.
What's the effort if we're already talking?
Exactly. You proved my point. There's no effort.
I'm talking to you.
Why pass on an effortless hello?
Me to say,
I will never pass on an effortless hello. When you tell me to say hi to people at the end of phone calls, I've never once passed on those hellos. I've said hello to 0 people.
That's a shame.
It's just because you didn't really try that hard to say hello to her. And in 2021, it's very easy.
I was talking to you, and I said, say hello.
Now, here's the flaw in that logic, Craig. The flaw in that, Craig, is that you have then never seen the response of the person that you passed the hello to, right? Maybe if Brian said, say hi to Betty.
Hold on.
Betty,
Stop,
and you,
stop,
no, hold on.
Cody,
You said,
Brian
says hi.
I want to prove that I understand what the response would be without ever having witnessed it. Oh, that's nice. Say hello back. That's exactly what someone would say. I'm not going to do that either. And that's the dumbest non-conversation two people just didn't have.
You didn't know that.
Yes, it is. That's what they say.
Nah.
You didn't know that.
Nah.
Everybody in the comment section, when you've passed on a hello, anytime you've ever done it, what was the response that you got back? Oh, that's nice. Say hello to them too.
I never get to say hello to them too. Unless I'm going out the door and they know I'm going to see them.
Craig.
Hey, say hi to Cody because I'm going to see Cody in about 20 minutes. So there's a good chance I'm going to say hello.
It's Craig. It's a veiled gift to you because it gives you something to do. So here, let me walk through this scenario, right? No, not just the act of saying hello. Check this out. All right. So let's theoretically plan this out. All right. Brian says, "Hey, Cody, say hi to Dr. Mrs. Gough." I go, "Okay." I say, "Hey, Dr. Mrs." Brian says, "Hi." Then she says, "Oh, cool. Hi. How is Brian doing?" And then she's asking me a question, and I have a conversation starter. And then I say, "Oh, blah blah blah." And then I talk about Brian. And then we are having a new conversation. It's like going to an improv show and someone giving a suggestion. He's giving a suggestion.
You know what's a shame about that? Let's say Brian would love to talk about how he's doing to Casey. That didn't get to happen. No one got to have that conversation now. Instead, you got to own all of the how Brian's doing conversation back to your wife when he would have enjoyed to tell her.
Maybe I've already told Cody. I've already told Cody. Why would I want to repeat that?
Maybe you're in the need for another conversation, Noonan. It happens sometimes.
I'm not in the need for this conversation.
I didn't mean for it to go on this long. Cody brought it up.
No,
listen, triggered me.
You two had a thing. You two had a plan, and I'm down for it. I'm game to go.
Mm-hmm.
I just do not. I honestly think you're from another planet.
We do so many stupid things as people, like little stupid dumb things as people, and that's one of the things we do. And in the world we're in now, we don't have to do it anymore. It's so easy to do something else. You just don't have to. No one can argue that point with me. You guys are arguing that I'm ludicrous. My point's no. Okay, whatever.
You're one man drinking pre-made margaritas in his basement. You're like the survivalist of weird takes. You're a guy who has stockpiled all these takes in a bunker somewhere.
Sure.
And now if the world ends, you've got a supply of crazy takes.
That's fine.
This, Brian, we did not plan on this topic. Craig just started talking about it, and I stopped him, and I was like, Craig, you got to stop. I'm laughing too hard to go back on your show. I'm going to ask you about this. I'm going to mention this on Realities May Vary. This is all on me. This is the most fun I have ever had on this show, is watching you two debate this inane, completely
look, I'm not trying
we are 20 minutes into the show.
I know.
And we have been and we have been debating what really is beyond debate. There's no arguing this point.
There is every argument. Yeah, no, it's fine.
And there is every argument, which is why it's hilarious to watch you two duke it out, because it's utterly inconsequential. And I'm dying.
Can I transition to what happened to my eye? People might notice
first
my eye.
We need to mention your sponsor again, because I'm sure I'm sure they're very happy about that.
That's good.
Actually, Craig, my wife wanted to know what happened to your eye.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Talk to me as if you're talking to her. Just replace me with her.
Okay, fine. Let's do that conversation.
Say
how is it being as far out as you are from having a baby? Are you doing okay?
I'm not as far as
I don't know how recovery goes. I don't know how you're doing. I know you work out a lot. I've never pushed a baby out of my vagina because I don't have one.
Follow me on Instagram. That's not how she talks.
How is your health? Here, that's a more normal human way to ask it. How's your health, Casey? Is now that's who I'm talking to.
I climbed a tree today. That's true. Nice. She climbed a tree today for work.
That is impressive.
I know, that's the Instagram post.
Oh, I don't open Instagram.
By the way, I'm actually going to message her on Instagram now, because I'm not gonna say one thing. I'm not going to say one thing and then not actually execute it. I'm going to live the life I claim to live.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to make that commitment?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to catch up with Casey on Instagram DMs, and I hope she's not creeped out. I hope I don't creep out your wife. I think for a simple hello, that's okay. Hold on. Can I go back to my eye? This eye is very screwed up.
Yeah, what happened to your eye?
It's been screwed up for 24 hours. And Cody knows this. You get a house and you start to do things, and you buy tools. And these are tools that I've never used, and activities like construction things I've never planned to do in my life. I bought a miter saw to shave some blinds to fit in a window, because I wanted blackout blinds. Blackout blinds have to cover every part of a window in our bedroom so that it's pitch black in there. But they didn't have the exact amount of inches, so I had to cut it. I did it without glasses. I had contacts in. I'm pretty sure a tiny bit of plastic and/or blind is in here and won't come out. And it's been in there for 24 hours.
Were you wearing safety goggles?
I was not. It said in the book, I think part 1 of the book was wear safety goggles because you could get something in your eye horribly.
Every power tool you're going to buy will tell you that very first thing.
Yeah, I know.
Power tools, always wear safety goggles.
The other sad thing is I sort of half of my life wear safety goggles by accident in glasses, and I also wasn't wearing those. I had contacts in, so I'm pretty sure right here there is a piece of plastic and/or blind that is not going to come out.
That's going to be exciting for the eye surgery story.
I can't wait.
You're going to have to tell us.
It's going to be fun.
Hey, tell your eye doctor I said hello.
Yeah. I will not do that.
So
I will punch him in the mouth for you.
No joke though, Craig. Anytime I use any power tool, I use safety goggles.
Yeah, I got it now. I have legitimate proof following me around.
Well, lesson learned. You didn't. I'm glad. I'm really glad you didn't get it. Your eye wasn't injured. It just hurts. It's kind of sore.
Well, if there's something in there, it's injured.
Yeah, it's injured.
You might have blown out his retina.
No, I didn't do that. My retina's fine.
Are you sure?
It's over here.
Are you an ophthalmologist?
I think so. Yeah.
Are you an ichthyologist?
Is that a dinosaur?
It sounds like it.
He studies insects.
Okay.
Or birds.
No, that's an entomologist.
Birds. Ichthyologist is birds, isn't it?
Why would you want to study birds?
I didn't study any of those things. I have an object in my eye. That's where I was. I don't know where you two went. I'll be over here.
Have you tried flushing it?
Yeah. I've tried a lot of stuff. It hasn't worked out yet.
So when are you going to the eye doctor?
I don't think I have insurance yet because I just started my show. I think I get insurance in like 2 more weeks.
6 months.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna hope it comes out before I have to go to the doctor. I think that's where I'm at.
I'm going to ask a dumb question.
Okay.
I want you to say hi to somebody for me. No.
We'll see comparatively how dumb it is.
Well,
what I already did.
Oh, an ornithologist is birds. Thanks, Marta. Ichthyologist is fish. But that's not the question. Those were answers.
There's a lot of people that knew the answer to that and or Googled it.
A lot of people are very quick.
There's 3 individuals on our chat that wanted to seem intelligent or actually are. I'm not sure which one.
They are. They're intelligent.
Okay. None of them Googled it.
So we'll let them, we'll let you draw
That's
your own
impressive.
conclusion. You haven't closed on your house yet, right?
No, that went terrible.
What are you doing home improvement?
Yeah. No, Noonan, I know. We've done a lot of terrible things. Friday was a bad day in the old Collins household. Or is that what you want to talk about? Do you want to go?
No, I was just asking why you're doing home improvement on a house you don't own yet.
Well, so we learned that lesson too, Noonan. So we were supposed to close Friday, and it didn't work out. And it was late Friday night that we actually had the sellers agree to the extension. And we possessed the house early. So we started maybe changing some things that we shouldn't be changing. And during that whole process, we learned that if they hadn't agreed to the extension, we would have had to move out and repair all the damage and or pay for it. So Friday all day.
Damn it, what damage have you done?
Well, that's the home improvements. She pulled some stuff out of some walls. Let's be honest. She took some things out of some walls that she actually like right here. You can't see it. It's on the side, upstairs, a few other places. So we were trying to spackle. I was trying to do a lot of things to fill in some things that got removed all day Friday until the very end of the evening when the extension got signed. It was an intense day. It was self-inflicted.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've learned a lot of lessons since the last time I appeared on this program.
Holy
all of them
cow.
my own mistakes. Yes. Yeah.
Yikes.
It's not a lot of fun.
So that's why you don't have time to tell somebody hello.
Yeah, and that's also why I'm just chugging pre-mixed margarita. That's why I'm spending. Yeah.
I don't blame you. I would just be guzzling nonstop.
Yeah. Well, I didn't do any of the home improvements though. I'm not supposed to throw the wife under the bus, but I didn't do them.
What'd she pull out of the walls?
Okay, this is a thing. Okay.
We don't have to get into this.
No, we can get into it.
Well, I didn't know it was going to be a thing. I thought
it's a thing. Noonan, everything with me is a thing. The sellers of the house were very proud of a part of their. So we have like a little breakfast nook area in our kitchen.
Oh, sounds charming.
It's laid out poorly. It's a very small little kitchen, but there's this lovely little breakfast nook. And for whatever reason, the previous owners won some kind of Oprah contest and had the container people put a bunch of little like storagey things in that breakfast nook and just ruined it. It wasn't a nook anymore. It was a bunch of like, poorly designed storagey things. But the sellers were very proud of it. They sent us a specific email about how lovely it was, about how it was a talking piece in the home. And you could mention that Oprah designed it. My wife destroyed that thing within a week, just ripped everything out. It's all, I think, way behind me. You can't see it in the basement. All the storage, the walls were somewhat damaged. It did not live a long life once we took possession of this home. And it was very difficult to try to get to some semblance of repair in that part of the kitchen if we had to be out by Friday night. So that's the thing that happened.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're very proud of it. They said how like they won the Oprah contest and the people came to the house and designed it. But it was it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in a house. And we knew we were going to destroy it immediately because we want a breakfast nook.
Yeah, but not your house yet.
Well, it's supposed to be now on Thursday. It was going to be tomorrow, but now it's Thursday. Crossed. They put the sold sign outside. They changed it from pending to sold, the real estate agent for the other people. I feel like that's a good sign.
Well, it's a sign. Literally. It's literally a sign.
Look,
some people I'm sure some people listening are like, why, didn't you know you shouldn't have done this, blah, blah, blah. Like, look, there's a lot of people that rent or go into places that do things they're not supposed to do. And a lot of them do things way more extreme than Craig. So it's not like you're the only, like you're dumb or anything. Like my parents used to rent out a house, and some lawyer and his girlfriend moved into this house they were renting out, and they painted all the kitchen cabinets. They were renting a house and they just painted all the kitchen cabinets. So my parents had to go after him for tens of thousands of dollars, because I don't know if you know this, but kitchen cabinets are absurdly expensive, and you can't really just paint them. You can't just walk into a house you're renting and paint them. You know what I mean?
Okay, you brought up paint. For some reason in our basement, there's a crap ton of paint. There's like 20 different like semi-used things of paint that are all different colors.
That's every place I've ever moved into. There's been leftover paint in the garage. There's been motor oil. Because nobody knows how to get rid of it.
But I'm scared of the fact that we can't find some of these colors of paint anywhere in the house. Why do I have like random half-used paint that's not anywhere in the home?
Because
when did that happen?
1 or 2 paint jobs ago, those were the colors.
And they just kept stacking it up?
Yep. Because they could. Because how hard is it to get rid of paint? It's very.
I didn't know
You're supposed
that.
to get kitty litter, or you're supposed to take it to like one of these hazardous waste places. It's a nightmare to get rid of paint. Every place I've ever lived, gallons of paint everywhere.
Not
by
anymore.
Gallons, I mean like this much in the gallon, or maybe this much. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, Brian, not anymore as much because there were certain chemicals and paints that made that. So that's what my dad thought. Because we've got 20 buckets of paint here, and my dad was
lead?
like,
"Are you talking about lead?"
Right? Yeah. My dad was like, "Hey, you gotta." Well, of course,
delicious.
So he's like, you got to figure out how to get rid of it. Most of the acrylic paints, if it's empty, you can put a couple like wood chips in there, and as long as it's like pretty much dry, you can throw it in either the trash or the recycling. I can't remember, but one or the other, you can just dispose of it, and waste management will come get it or whatever. You should check your local. They literally Google how to dispose paint in your area. Sometimes there's special places, so check the can. But a lot of it now, you can just trash as long as it's dry. The kitty litter stuff comes in where when you need to dry out the can, let's say there's like a third left, you got to put something in there to get it to harden. And then once it's like that, you dump it. So it's not that big of a deal. But because there's differences over time, some people may not have known that. So you may have had a bunch of owners, to Brian's point, they've used that paint in the past, and then they're like, I don't know what to do with this. They didn't have Google or whatever, and they just left it in the basement. So.
They were too busy putting up organizers in their nook.
It's the dumbest. I hope they don't ever listen to the show. I would feel bad if I made fun of the sellers this bad, but it was the stupidest. If you won a contest and that's what you gained from the contest, you ruined a part of your home. I don't get that.
But
why didn't you?
Anytime we've sold a house, something that we treasured, somebody else thought was garbage when they moved in. And
but there were so many other places to put, like my basement is full of locations that you could put developed storage into and have a wonderful, the breakfast nook.
Then you got to walk downstairs. That's a lot of hassle.
Okay.
That's as much of a pain in the ass as telling somebody hello. They're walking the basement to get my cereal.
You totally still misunderstand the take. You completely misunderstand the take.
No, I get the take. I get the take. The take is you're slamming somebody who tells you to say hello as being lazy.
Because that guy's lazy, not me for passing it on.
No.
Mm-hmm.
This is great. This is the best.
I get the take.
I'm done talking to Hannah.
With it.
I'll never talk to her again.
Oh, that's right. Habitat for Humanity will take paint. They take paint donations. Yeah.
I'll donate it. My wife donates everything. We'll donate it.
There you go.
Cool.
You better not till you close. I wouldn't be donating anything yet.
Which is now Thursday, and it was supposed to be Wednesday.
Hold on to everything for the next couple days.
I don't want to flame anybody that's a part of my process, but when you guys have close dates, like how common is it for that to get pushed back 24 hours before the day? I would assume that if we knew something wasn't closing, we would have known earlier than we found out Thursday evening that we weren't closing Friday morning, and we found out at 4:30 today that we're not closing tomorrow morning. I dislike that time frame, especially with the job I have and how tough it is to take time off, specifically for my kind of gig. Is that normal? Did you guys have anything ever get extended before? No.
I'm surprised on the second one. The first one, you could go, okay, there was something. But then anything that I would think anything that was discovered last week that was an issue should have been taken care of before this one.
Well, and it's not our issue. Someone else is going to wind up helping pay for the fees that are going to be involved because we weren't the ones that screwed up. But yeah, it hasn't been awesome.
I mentioned this story when you first talked about the closing process. I specifically told you the story about how our attorney had to hang up twice because he had to get on the phone with another house where the sellers were like the day of the closing, there was a giant, like a pipe exploded and the entire basement flooded, and they had to So I don't know how common it is. I don't have like a percentage for you, but I do know that sometimes unexpected, crazy, wacky things can happen. And, it could be worse. It could be like you woke up one day and like 20 cockroaches came out of the wall or something like that. It sounds to me like, there's just a couple logistical issues. And, I think it could be worse. So, hopefully you can try to stay positive. And, I feel bad that all this stuff happened, but I think you can get out of this okay.
I like Kumbaya Cody.
Yeah, I do. I like him too.
Cody comes in and it's always the bright side.
I was waiting for him to pass the joint, but I realized we're not in the same place.
Plus the Dutchie. That is, man, Cody, good
Hold
for
on,
you.
I take it from down here.
Good.
Where is the...
I mean, you're not ankle deep in water right now in the basement, and that legit is a thing that could happen. So, like, in this, keep perspective. It sucks. I'm sure
I don't think they're ever going to let us buy the house. I think it's always going to get pushed back. We're going to be perpetually not buying this house.
And you're going to have to keep looking at that empty nook, thinking of what might have been.
Yeah. No, I know exactly what goes in the nook now. We have a lovely little tiny IKEA table. That's going to be a lovely
coffin.
No,
I really thought you were going to say coffin.
That would have been great.
A 2-person little IKEA kitchen table. It's going to go right there. Betty and I are going to have lovely little breakfasts in our nook.
Well, that's
and no storage.
An IKEA reference coming up, a story that I saw today. But the closest I ever came to your situation, when we were moving into our house in Frankfurt, we were supposed to close on a certain day, and our stuff was coming from across the country. And it was supposed to everything was supposed to, like, we left ourselves no window. Yeah. It was going to be, we took possession at 11:30, and at 11:33, the truck was supposed to pull up in front of the house. And there was an issue, and things didn't go. And the movers calling me from the Holiday Inn parking lot going, "Hey, the truck's here. You ready to move it?" I'm like, "Hang on just a couple seconds." And my brother was at the house because we were at the closing. It was, it's a nightmare, but you'll get through it. Right, Kumbaya, Cody?
Okay.
I was on mute. Yes. I'm Kumbaya. I was checking my blood sugar real quick there.
Oh my gosh, how is it?
It's fine. No, my continuous
Can you tell your blood sugar I said hello?
I can, and then I can
That's
flip
lovely.
at the bird because that's usually how I
That
feel.
is lazy of you, Craig. Slothful and lazy and inconsiderate. How dare you try to pass along good wishes to Cody's blood sugar?
Thank
How
you.
Dare you?
I'm glad we
agree.
agree.
Good wishes. You just said hello.
Yeah, I didn't care. Other than that.
Oh, it was obvious.
Do you think hello is really an outdated thing that only idiots say? That you're a failure at life if you say hello to a person when you see him. It's like, I see you. I visually see you. I need to acknowledge that using
I don't know
a word.
how that. I don't know
What
how
do you think
that
common
take,
courtesy is for
no,
zeros?
I don't know how that take is even remotely equivalent to my take. I don't even get the humor of your joke because it's so far off.
I
from
like
what my
his
take
better.
is. No,
I wasn't commenting on your take, Craig. I was coming up with my own unique take.
Yeah.
I'm a special snowflake, and my take is my own take, and you cannot take that away from me.
Okay.
Everybody's getting triggered. Let's all take a deep breath and, remember that we are not
hold on.
snowflakes.
What do you get for Father's Day, Noonan? What kind of gifts? His child's not old enough yet for this.
Well,
what
this
kind
is
of Father's
his
Day
first Father's Day.
He's not going to get a gift. His baby's not going to go out and buy anything.
The wife is going to buy something.
That's not the same. That's nice. That's lovely. But the baby gift is what's important. The children gifts. No. That's the Father's Day gift.
Okay. I guess. No,
Isn't
but
it?
when your children are young, like for Christmas and stuff, the parent buys this stuff from the kid. So Cody will probably get something from his wife to celebrate, just like he gave her something for Mother's Day, I'm sure, that was from the baby, even though she knows the baby doesn't have good credit. The baby's not going out to Macy's to, buy her something. Yeah. So that it comes from the I actually have one Father's Day gift that's hanging on the wall in my office that Molly made me. I wish I had dated it when she was very, very young. This is a handmade stuff when they're little, when they get into school and stuff, they make stuff for Father's Day.
Yeah. Are you excited for this year? Are you expecting any kind of fancy gift?
No, God.
Okay.
Please. I don't know. Molly said she was coming over, so I guess that's good. No,
even though you want to be left alone every year.
Cody knows my one gift my birthday, Father's Day, anniversary, Arbor Day. I just want a piece of quiet. Never get it,
dude.
Never get a piece of quiet.
Like you for Father's Day, I just want to play Final Fantasy 14 for 4 hours. That's all I want.
And what do you think you'll get?
Not that.
Not that.
Absolutely not that. But we'll see.
listen, I don't want to seem ungrateful because I am ungrateful, but I don't want to seem ungrateful.
You do.
That would be like a guy asking somebody to say hello to somebody else. I don't want to.
I know. Don't do that. So let's. I talked about it on the radio show today. I think that this is the forgotten holiday. The Father's Day is the thrown away holiday. Mother's Day, for whatever reason, is tremendously more important. Every other big deal holiday is important, but Father's Day is a last minute gift holiday if there ever was one. I don't know why that is. Why is it that
Father's Day you end up cooking for you? Like, I'll probably end up cooking dinner for everybody. My God, if on Mother's Day I asked my wife to make dinner, there would be hell to pay.
Okay. So why is that? As a guy who doesn't have any kids,
do you want to get serious for a minute? You want me to go into my whole rant on how fathers are not valued in this society?
Yeah. Let's do it, Papa Noonan.
That is, fathers are not as valued. Look at all the way from sitcoms to everywhere else. We talk about all the time about problems with families and stuff. It's because there's not, fathers are not really valued. If you have one, you realize how lucky you are. If you don't, you want one, I would imagine. If you have a crappy one, you realize how bad that situation is. But overall, it's like, oh, and to be honest, I say that. But then if you I would imagine, this is unscientific, of course, if you polled 10 dads and go, do you care about Father's Day? They'd go, I want my kids to say Happy Father's Day. I'm glad I have my kids. But really, it's just Sunday. I'm going to probably still cut the grass and we're all going to go get ice cream or something and it'll be fine. We don't care about it as much.
Why not?
Why don't we care about it, man?
Because I don't.
Yeah, he's doing a pot thing. Yeah, Cody's gone for a second. Go ahead.
The grass,
just keep
you know what I'm saying?
We gotta let him flower.
Cutting the grass. I got some flour for you. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, dude. I'm gonna go cut some grass. I'll be back.
This is the weirdest pause. That was the weirdest pause.
Just letting him go.
All right. Tell Casey I said hi.
Yeah, tell Casey I said hi too.
Okay. And go
Who's
ahead.
the laziest? Me?
No, I think second? You are. Because mine was sarcastic, so you're lazier.
I don't think we need, and I listen, moms, I'm not saying all moms are thirsty and need all that attention, but big card and big holiday is behind Mother's Day a lot more than it is Father's Day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Hey, look at gifts for dad. And it's all like tools and lawnmowers and things like that dads want to use.
Things you do around the house. Those are activities.
Right. But moms use things that you would never push for Mother's Day. If you go, vacuum cleaners. Gifts for mom. How about an ironing board? That'd
be
great,
thrown out of places.
Oh my God. You'd be murdered.
Yeah.
You'd be murdered.
Yeah. Mom gets breakfast in bed. Dad gets to mow the lawn.
Yeah. If if I have, it'll be like on my birthday. I want like an hour to sit in the backyard and smoke a cigar.
Okay.
That'll be it. Have a drink and smoke a cigar. But, just, I think for dads, it's just the fact that you're getting to spend a little time with your kids or that they remembered. And, when they're little and they make this stuff, you go, oh, this is kind of cute. And some stuff you hang on to, some stuff just gets lost in the shuffle down the road. But, okay. Yeah, it's,
I was curious. I said it was similar to dad at Christmas. A lot of people stereotypically say that dad, one, doesn't know what's in the presents. He doesn't know. And I see this with my little brother all the time. My little brother's got 3 kids. And for the most part, it seems like his wife is more familiar with what's coming out of those boxes than he is. And then when it gets to the point to give gifts to dad, it feels like most people put way more thought into mom and or children, depending on who you are. That so when dad gets his Christmas gifts, they feel as though they were the last item on the checklist for everybody. And there's something interesting about that. Dad didn't really do a lot of the shopping. Dad also didn't seem to come into the equation till the end as far as gift buying.
It depends on the age too. I know with Molly, I was very, very involved, like when she was a kid, a little kid, and doing that stuff. But then there was always something Debbie would get, whether it was stuff for the style, like cosmetics and stuff for the stocking. I had no idea.
Right.
And, but I knew the big stuff because I had either suggested it or gone and gotten it or, so I do some. But then there'd be years where, I knew I had a couple ideas or I had picked a few things up and then I'd be wrapping stuff going, what the hell is this? But since I wrap it, I always since I wrap it, at least I know what's in there.
Sure.
Except for the stocking stuff. And I'm like,
sure.
Why do we need 8,000 scrunchies? Again, what's the, how much lip gloss? She has 2 lips. How much gloss does she need? So, yeah, I don't know. But
all right.
There's that.
I've learned things.
Have you guys been going out now that the world is open again?
Yeah, of course.
Been doing things? Have you been maskless?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Did anybody see, okay, if we want to go there, did anybody see Jon Stewart on Stephen Colbert?
Yes, but yeah.
No.
I think,
what did he do?
I think he went a little nuts.
Did he tell any joke?
Depending on who you ask. Jon Stewart talked more about the origins of COVID-19 and whether or not the Wuhan lab in China may have been somehow responsible. And Jon Stewart, to me, said a lot of things that a rational human would say without necessarily saying he knows for sure, because no one knows for sure. But he acted like a regular person. And Jon Stewart is notorious for his commitment to being on the left. I don't think Jon is a guy that dabbles on being on the right. So in the same conversation about mask wearing and the science involved in now saying that we're safe going out in public, especially if you're vaccinated, I guess only if you're vaccinated, I feel like we're diving into the same bucket as Jon Stewart, diving into the Wuhan stuff.
I wasn't getting into the whole political aspect of this. I'm asking because
I connected the two conversations because I do think a lot of people are still weary. I think there's a lot of vaccinated people I come in contact with who are still wearing a mask and still weary. And I think that fear is coming from the politics or emotions involved in the last year and not necessarily caring about what current science says about the safety of someone who's fully vaccinated.
Oh, that wasn't the road I was taking at all. But
I took it.
Since you wanted to take it into that realm. No, I've been going since, what was it? What's today? Whenever the big opening day was.
Today's June 15th. Last
Friday. 11th.
Friday,
yeah, the 11th was opening day.
Anywhere that said that you were allowed to be unmasked when you're fully vaccinated, I went in unmasked even before we were fully open when I was fully vaccinated. When I hit my 2 weeks, anywhere that it was allowed, I went there.
Yes, it's been weird. It's been fun, but weird. No, because because now I have one in my pocket just in case, because there was one Saturday morning. I was going to my mom's. I was picking up breakfast at Panera, and they asked everybody to wear a mask. Okay, cool. I pulled the mask out of my pocket, put it on. It was fine. But the day before, I had been at like Binny's, and I had been at Walmart and Sam's and all these places that were, hey, it's recommended if you're not vaccinated. I'm like, dude, I'm vaccinated. And I'm in there and I'm feeling free and easy. Yeah. And I'm getting side-eyed by people.
Yes, and you are. Like, you're going to get side-eyed. That's what I mean.
Side-eyed. Today, Noonan, I got side-eyed, and I was happy about it.
Noonan, that is a political conversation, whether we want it to be or not, because you got side-eyed because how political and how emotional that conversation became and how it has nothing to do with the current data and science into it. I said this to my wife, who sometimes actually still likes to wear a mask, even though she's fully vaccinated. I will not do that, even though she's fully vaccinated. And I don't make Betty feel bad about wanting to wear a mask. I tell her that, if she asks, that I don't think she needs to, but do it. Do whatever makes you comfortable. The thing that makes me mad now, though, is when someone who's wearing a mask judges someone who's not wearing one and just assumes they're not vaccinated because of the fight we had for months and months and months in all this. All of that is political and silly. Because
listen, I'm assuming if, let's say in Illinois, they said 70% of all adults have had at least one vaccination. Well, I'm guessing the other 30% are still going without their mask. And at this point, I don't care. Listen, hey man, let's go. Everybody's having fun. I'm out. I'm walking around. I got my deal. And
yes, you are.
I took my little picture of the card in case I have to show my papers somewhere. I'm like, hey, check this out.
Right. Now I don't understand. And I like Marta a lot. I don't want to attack this comment in a mean way, but Marta, it seems like what you're saying is that Noonan and I are making a mistake by going out without a mask, even though we're fully vaccinated. I'm not the only one in the show that believes in the being out and being mask free now that you're fully vaccinated. Science believes that too. I think that
that's the reason I got vaccinated.
I think we've hunkered down. I think that all of us have dug in, and I wore a mask every moment of every day that I was supposed to. When I wasn't fully vaccinated, or when everyone was being told to wear one, I never went non-mask anywhere. I never had a fight. I did it, and I was totally happy doing it. But now that I'm fully vaccinated and we're allowed, I go mask free because I think I comprehend the science to mean that I am incredibly safe. So So when I talk about those things, and all right, Marta commented again, I don't understand that no inoculation in the history of humans is 100% then.
Nobody
Some
said
people
it was
know
100%.
that. Some people
But-
want to claim it's political. I don't understand that comment then from her.
Well,
And
here's the thing about the vaccine. I think we all realize it's supposed to be 96, 97% of it, whatever the efficacy rate is, which just means there's a tiny chance of a breakthrough that you could get sick, but you're not going to get sick like you would before when you weren't vaccinated.
You weren't.
So I'm going to go out and I'm going to accept the side eyes, and I'm not going to bow to peer pressure unless like I said, if there's a business that asks me to wear it, I'm going to wear it. If not, I love it. I'm out and I'm feeling free and easy.
The thing about the side eye is that people assume that means you weren't masking the entire time. They don't understand that some people are on the same team. We just now feel as though it's safe to be mask free.
If I believed the science before, I have to believe the science now.
Correct. And so
that's what I'm doing.
So the thing that annoys me the most about the side, I had a story, I think I might have told it here on the show, where I was riding my elevator.
Greg, I don't think it's incumbent upon us to continue to talk while
That's
the
fine.
mummy. Well, no. Just we have to address the mummy in the room.
That's fine. I don't know.
I don't know.
I was going to keep ignoring it.
What Cody is doing.
Yeah, I don't know what Trolley is doing over there.
I am doing what makes me feel comfortable.
Okay, good.
Don't give me a side eye. I feel comfortable doing this. Do you know that Pornhub has a new category for videos in which everyone is wearing a mask?
Is that true?
It's called mutual masturbation. It's where they masturbate each other. They masturbate each other to completion, to immunity.
What do they do?
Mutually masturbate. Look it up. This is a family-friendly podcast. Cody
I don't
out.
think so anymore.
I like the faux version of dropping the mic. He has a mic in his camera shot, but he didn't drop that.
No,
he faux dropped the mic. Yeah. That's an SM7B.
Here's the thing. When Jewel opened up, I walked in and I was vaccinated and I wore my mask and I wasn't wearing pants. And I thought to myself, why am I getting weird looks?
Yeah.
This is not a free country anymore if I can't walk into the Jewel pantsless. And that upsets me.
See, that makes no sense. By the way, Maureen has a great point. Stop worrying what other people think. But I think we're in such a weird time in society. I think the reason we're seeing so many fights on airplanes, here's a dovetail. So many fights on airplanes is that people are so stressed about so many things for whatever reason, and then you're shoving them all into a very small contained box for an amount of time, that we've seen an insane spike in physical confrontation on airplanes while people are in flight in the air. I think that's just a demonstration of how all of us we're anxious about going out there, seeing other people that may or may not agree or disagree with us, and how we handle those situations. So we should not care what people think. And Brian and I or anybody else should be able to ignore side eye.
Oh, I do.
It's harder to do. Well, I know you're not yelling at anybody, but
no, it was just weird. It was weird to me because I was expecting at Jewel everywhere all weekend, but at Jewel this afternoon, I was expecting more people to be without masks because they don't even have I don't even know if they had a sign that said recommended if you're unvaccinated. I was like, no, everybody should be running around crazy now.
Right. You know? And I agree with Marta's point there. People seemingly today want to get mad nowadays on both sides of almost any conversation. People do go out anxious. And
I can't tell you how happy I was to lick my fingers to open up the produce bag. I was ecstatic. I was shoving my whole fist in my mouth. Oh,
you know what, Betty? Betty's been thrilled about bringing her own bags back to grocery stores, bringing recyclable, our own bags. That's been, she was so upset that for so long we had to have the plastic or the brown paper bag from the...
No, unironically, yes. My wife has been very annoyed at that. We've gone through 700 plastic bags in the last year. And we have 40 tote bags that we could have easily brought. And it's are we going to bring COVID in with a tote bag? That makes zero sense.
We thought we were at the beginning. Remember when everybody was scrubbing down their groceries?
Right. Stupid. Yeah.
Even Starbucks now taking the home cup, allowing you to fill your own cup at the Starbucks, has made Betty a very happy human. And these are just silly little things.
See, I was in the habit. I had worked very hard to get into the habit of having using the reusable bags. I have them in the car. And I was, in the city, we have to. In the suburbs, you don't. So the closest jewel to me, I live in the city, is a city jewel, and I got used to using the bags. But then they wouldn't let you use the bags. So then I got used to using the plastic bags again, which I used to pick up dog poop in the yard. So I use them, I use them. But now, today I had to drop 28 cents because I forgot my reusable bags, and I know, listen, I've done this in the past, run out to the car, leave the car. Too much of a hassle. Today I thought 28 cents, my time is worth more than 28 cents. So I was honest, obviously, that I used 4 bags. I paid for 4 bags, whatever. Mayor Lightfoot, could rest on her high horse because I dropped my 28 cents. But I like the reuse. I don't mind the reusable bags.
No, all that stuff. There's so many ways in which like restoring us back to everyday life is tremendously valuable, but still a difficult and delicate emotional thing.
I'm not going to lie to you. As much as I like going out without the mask, I'm good with never having to mingle in public again. I love not having the mask. I love the the 100% capacities. I'm happy for all the businesses. I may go back to a Broadway in Chicago production when they come back. You'll be something I'll do.
You want to talk about exciting? Dude, I'm going to Guns N' Roses in September. That's all great. I scored tickets in the 200 level. Summerfest headliner, Milwaukee, September 11th, Dave Chappelle.
You got him?
Wow.
I got him. It's going to be legendary. Dave Chappelle on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. That's already funny. I can't wait. I can't wait.
No, I don't find it funny.
It is.
I think seeing Dave Chappelle is fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't,
great.
I don't get your connection to the humor there.
Because he's going to make jokes about politics, and it will be.
Yes, he is. Chappelle's great.
I like humor about politics, and don't say that 9/11 is not political. We went to war after it. Okay,
Sure.
I'm not saying 9/11 was funny, you idiots.
No, it's fine. No, I didn't think you said that.
All right, Dave Chappelle will be funny. He'll say political things that will be funny because a lot of things that happened after 9/11
will be on everybody's mind.
It will be funny. So anyway,
but
I'm hyped. He's like the most famous comedian in the world right now. So whatever. I'm down. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty hyped.
Yeah. I'm excited to go to Black Widow in a theater. That's something I'm excited to do. Yeah, I want to see the Black Widow movie.
Oh, I do too.
Nah.
But I'm not. My brother just told me.
I want all that.
See, I know I do, Craig. I want all that, but not with other people. Because people in movie theaters are the rudest human beings on the face of the earth.
Not opening night. Opening night, we're all nerds.
No, I look at movie theater, the movie theater experience as like a religious experience. I respect it, and I do not like going with other people. Yeah. Now, I just learned this yesterday.
Okay.
AMC will rent out a theater.
They will.
For $200.
Well, I don't know if that's true anymore. Is that still true now?
My brother just did it last weekend for my niece's 7th birthday.
Okay.
And they all got a little box with popcorn and stuff in it and a cup, and they have the all you can drink out there, and it was just them in the theater.
Wow.
Just them.
See, I don't know though.
I would love that.
See, there's something about seeing a superhero movie, specifically opening night, like when Captain America lifted up Thor's hammer. My audience that I was with cheered loudly at that moment, and you have to be there opening night with other nerds, with half the people dressed like people in the movie to get that experience. I remember when Batman, The Dark Knight, when he came out in the Bat cycle from the Batmobile, the audience in Navy Pier erupted. And I was like, this is why you go to a movie with other humans. It was so much. Every time I've seen that moment now, like at my house, rewatching the movie, and I've done that multiple times, I remember it. It's not as good. The audience cheering is the best part. That's what makes a movie special, Noonan. That's why you go opening night. The
movie is special. The film itself is special. The mingling with insensitive and rude people in public is not part. That's what's ruined the experience.
It doesn't happen opening night. Everybody who goes is a nerd.
No,
you got to go only opening night.
I disagree.
All right, fine.
I've been in too many movie theaters across the land
on opening night, Brian.
I think it's communal. I think it's a communal. Especially those big tentpole movies where it's hard to get tickets on opening night. If you go to an opening night movie that like is not a full theater, obviously the interest in it's not high enough to weed out everybody else. But I had IMAX tickets for some of those movies that you had to get like a month in advance. These were dedicated fans I saw this movie with.
Yeah, but why should it only be opening night that it's a good experience?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. If you know, and a lot of us cannot go on opening night or do not want to go on opening night.
Yeah, you don't try hard enough.
But
it's because you're the kind of guy that passes along a hello.
I will pass along a hello, especially to Captain America. No, do
you remember the moment in that movie in Endgame when he lifted?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Endgame in a theater.
Did anybody cheer?
Yes, of course they did.
Was it raucous?
It was a cheer. It was
No,
hang on.
They set things on fire. I don't know. I wanted to hear what came next.
Yeah, something in that theater was raucous, and let's just say that hammer was not the only thing being lifted up, if you know what I mean. Hard as a raucous. Let's go, dude.
I don't know what you mean.
Give me some of that Mjolnir.
Yeah. So I like his erection joke. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and leave us. It's I'm on summer hours, so this has been a fun time.
That's right.
I thank you both for being here.
Wow.
This has been great.
Bringing in the hot takes and then bailing.
Well, yeah, that's how I do this all summer long. I'm on the summer hours, and I have to get this thing out of my eye at some point because I think I'm going to go blind.
I think you may need a doctor.
Okay. You think so?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not a guy who likes to poke things in my eye, trying to get other things out of my eye. So,
see, but I put contacts in my eye. Do you wear contacts?
No.
Oh, Cody, do you wear contacts?
Yeah, not right now, but usually, yeah.
Yeah. So you just. I'm very comfortable sticking this finger.
Are you gonna dig around in there till you feel something?
I don't know. I might find it. What's my risk? Does anyone want to pretend to go to urgent clinic? I don't want to do that, Cindy. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. All right, guys. I'll see you later. I'm gonna say
good luck, Craig. This was glorious. Say hi to Betty for us, and say hi to Betty. All of your coworkers.
I won't do it. I'm gonna tell Betty that you're both lazy people. That's all I'm going to say.
You know we're about to rip this take to shreds as soon as you hang up, right?
It's fine. I'm not going to watch this.
All right. That's right.
I'm good. See you later, guys.
Bye.
Tell your landlord we said hello.
Oh, man.
Boy, that take was out of hand. I can't. Oh, damn it. He left. I was going to. Oh,
what are you going to do?
I was going to. Remember last week I said I was going to take a picture of the house that I had an argument with, and I wasn't going to show it. I was going to show it when Craig was here because he didn't believe that I argued with a house.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
we'll save it till next week. It's fine.
It'll
still be a good story.
There it is. Look at there. All right. You see the eyes?
Totally a house went high. Yeah.
That's a face, right?
Yeah.
There's the ear. There's the eyes. There's the nose. There's the mouth.
Yeah.
That's what I argued with when I was all done. Yeah. All right. There we go. Now we're back. I just wanted to get your opinion on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had it all up and ready, but we were going through all the crazy takes, so I didn't have time to. I didn't have time.
Yeah,
it was nuts.
No, those takes were hilarious. I'm upset he jumped to the conclusion he jumped to on the September 11th stuff. Look, if you've ever watched Realities May Vary, especially last year, you know that I criticize our country.
Is varied.
My reality is I criticize our country all the time, and I won't do it right now because you all hate that, and it's why many people stopped watching. But I really do a lot, and all I was saying is that a lot of stuff happened because of that big moment, and I bet Dave Chappelle, who makes fun of America a lot of times because he has a good reason to, will do it, and that's like my humor. So that's all. I don't think 9/11 was funny. Like I really didn't like that insinuation there. I think it's going to be an exceptional show, and I think the date will contribute to it, but not for that reason. It's a little silly. Come on now.
He bailed before you could defend yourself.
He doesn't get to defend himself, or he doesn't get to continue that conversation because he was wrong. So anyway,
there you go.
Clear that up.
Listen. That was.
And Chappelle's funny.
Chappelle is funny. Chappelle is funny. And arguably one of the top guys working today, no doubt. Sometimes I think he starts veering into the more preachy, like
George Carlin,
like Carlin-esque, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, damn, because I'm of the opinion for comedians the foremost thing is to be funny. I know Dave Chappelle has strong feelings on a lot of issues. No doubt he's hilarious. Sometimes I'm like, and this is with anybody. This is not just Chappelle. I just referenced Carlin too. It's like, okay, pull back the preachy a little and give me a couple more punchlines. Get the message, get that same message across with a couple more punchlines. Because at some point it feels like, and there's a number of guys like this. I'm not a Dave Chappelle hater by any stretch of the imagination, so I'm done justifying my opinions. But it's like, you get to a certain point, people expect something from you, so you're going to give it to them, and they don't always, and you have a reputation, and you're bringing this history of work with you that carries the weight that it should, and then you believe you're now more social commentator than comedian.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing, because I've watched all the latest specials, and they're entertaining, but and I don't need knock jokes and stuff coming out. I have a really good sense of humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I appreciate guys who are very, very funny. So I'm not one of these comedians who everybody sucks. No, there's guys who are so talented.
Yeah.
And Dave Chappelle is one of them. It's just sometimes like, all right, pull the message back just a little, not all the way. I'm not saying forego the message, but let's,
I've seen a couple shows where the balance is a little off. So we'll see. I don't know. I mean,
I'd love to see him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a taping. So does that grandstanding come out more during stuff that he knows will be seen by a broader audience, or is it the part and parcel that he's practicing, but then he kind of masters for it? You gotta kind of weigh that a little bit, because if I were a stand-up comedian and I had a bunch of really good jokes, I would tell them, but then if I knew I also had a platform and I could get a Netflix special and get 10 million people watching it,
sure,
and I felt strongly about something, maybe I veer a little bit more into that territory. So that I'm really curious about is that difference. Like, I've seen Bill Burr, I watched one of his stand-up specials, and like every joke for joke was what I saw. It was either his stand-up special or his podcast. I had heard a joke for joke many of his cracks that when I saw him at the Chicago Theater. So we'll see. I don't know. But
anyway, I think it's going to be great. And I think, his audience would completely rip apart my opinion, and that's fine. And my opinion is not that he's not very talented. It's like sometimes I want comedy. Sometimes I want preachy. Sometimes I like a balance. And sometimes I think he veers a little toward the preachy more than the other.
Well, that's why I'll definitely see Bill Burr next time he's in town, because he just goes straight jokes, and it's so good. I mean, there's you get a little bit of the comedian's, ideology a little bit just baked in from whatever perspective they're telling the jokes from. But God, Bill Burr he kills.
Where did you say section 200? Is that like right near that sounds like right near the front?
I mean, there's I think the floor 100, 200. So higher is at the American Family Insurance Amphitheater or whatever. It's my first time at Summerfest.
You're going to love it.
Yeah.
You're going to love it.
I can't find the schedule anywhere. So, I found this. I know who's playing that day on September 11th. There's like 15 bands or whatever, but like, are they throughout the day? It doesn't say like one's at noon or one's at 2. It just says like their
as they get closer, the bigger names are always at night. So like if they have the stage listed and you go to, it used to be the Harley Davidson Roadhouse. I don't know what it's going to be now, because Harley Davidson pulled out, I think.
Yeah.
But it'll list all the bands, and the ones at the top are the earliest. So it's like early opener down to headliner.
Got it.
For each stage and for the day. I just saw they announced a bunch of other acts today too for the other amphitheater, because there's the big one where you'll see Chappelle. Then there's a smaller one. I'm trying to think who I saw there last time, but they released that list today too. So I'm looking forward to that.
Very nice. Yeah.
I'm going to be in
yeah.
Milwaukee Friday, by the way, for everybody who's listening. You can listen to me Friday from noon to 3 on WTMJ. So since we were talking Milwaukee, I'll throw a little plug right there. Friday, noon to 3, WTMJ. So there's that. What else was on my list? I had some other things. We got, there was a lot going on with the hot takes. I enjoyed it. Now I forgot what I was. Oh, what's on you were quiet today. What's going on with you? What do you got?
Well, hot takes. Well, that was me. I knew that was going to be a lot. And that was that. I mean, the stuff going on in my life is of little interest to the people here. I mean, Nintendo announced a new Metroid game for October. That's pretty cool. No one cares. Cool. No one cares. no one here knows what a Metroid is. No one knows what a Nintendo is. Well, people know what you know what a Nintendo is, probably.
I do know what a Nintendo is, even though I've been accused today of being very old on this broadcast. Been very old. That's true. Yes, I do know what a Nintendo is.
The baby now, so he's 9 months and a week, let's say. And Mike saying E3 sucked. I heard that. I didn't really pay attention to any of it. I just saw the Metroid announcement. E3 is the Electronic Entertainment Expo. It's the gigantic usually a gigantic trade show where they announce all the big video games coming out, and like pretty much nothing exciting happened except Metroid 4, which is cool. And like a new Zelda game. What's going
to happen? I mean, this year everything's a wash. I know the big comic book or some cosplay convention is coming back to Chicago in the fall, and people are excited about that. But yeah, what was going to happen?
Well, I mean, because the game developers are still theoretically working on big titles, so the idea would be that they would still announce games that have been in, because some games have several year-long development cycles. So there's a chance it could be like, new like Mega Man thing or whatever, but yeah, it's not a lot to happen. But so my baby is like a little over 9 months, not even 9.5 yet, and he's standing constantly. He's like pushing himself up and just doing frog squats like nonstop. He just doesn't like nothing. He can waver around. But the other day, actually yesterday, breaking news, I got him to where he crawled over and he stood up and he like wanted me to grab him. So I kind of took his hands and he finally, his little leg went boop forward, boop forward, boop forward. So he's not walking yet, but he is now stepping forward. And he'll be walking at 10 months. Give him another 2 weeks. Yeah.
I had an 8-month-old in my house yesterday.
Why?
My cousin's son is getting baptized in a week from Sunday.
All right.
And when I was born, my dad's Aunt Mary, who moved over from Ireland to help take care of him when my dad's mom died, my Aunt Mary ordered a christening gown from Ireland that was a copy of the one that the Kennedys had made for their children.
Okay. Are they big Kennedys fans?
I don't know. I think it was, I don't know why she did it. I was an infant, so I didn't get in on the reasoning. All I know is this christening gown has been in our family for as long as I've been around, and all my brothers have worn it. Most of my cousins have worn it. It's been a family thing. So my cousin Morris asked my mom if we still had it, which of course we did, and could he see if his son would fit in it. So I get the christening gown, I bring it here. Morris brings the baby over, and but it was weird watching, like, because Debbie was down on the floor and she's moving around and I'm down and he's about at the same point as your son, where he's crawling really fast. Then he pulls himself up on the couch and he looks around. He's like, and he'll take your hands and he'll start. So it's that same kind. And man, I'm telling my cousin, I go, you think it's rough now when he's just crawling fast. Hang on, man, because you can tell when they're, like you said, your son's just on the brink there. He's ready to go. And once he starts going, forget about it. It's like, where'd he go? What happened? I only turned my back for a minute. Yep. And then he's gone. But it was tiring. It was very tiring. And he was only here for an hour and a half, and his dad was here with him. And I was like, oh my Lord. It's a young man's game having a little baby around the house.
It's fine.
Well, you're a younger man.
In terms of the
you're much
dangers,
younger than I.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Debbie
worried about it.
Debbie was like, "Oh, I can't get up off the floor," because our house is not baby proofed. So you come in and there's like 2 steps. We live in a Georgian style house, and the door's on the side, and you come in and you go up 2 steps. Well, he of course made a beeline for the edge, and Debbie goes grabs him, and then we're sitting there and everybody's kind of we're in the living room, and all of a sudden he shoots in and he starts going down the hall to head down to the basement stairs. I'm like, oh my God. It was too much. I was winded, but he was very good with the dogs, and the dogs didn't eat him. So
yeah, our place is pretty hard to baby proof. Just the layout of the living room. And I mean, it is to the best of our ability, and he's, he kept away from the stairs, but it's, you gotta keep an eye on him. So we do.
Yeah. He's going to be moving. Very exciting.
Yeah. And we keep him safe. So that's,
of course you, well, thank you for throwing that in, Cody. I know DCFS was watching. They were wondering if you and the missus kept the baby safe. I've actually gotten a few calls. Do you think he keeps the baby safe? I guess,
Tell him I said hi, by the way.
I will. You know what? I will. Cause I think that was very nice of you. I don't believe it made you lazy. I think it was fine.
I bet they will too. I got a VPN yelling at me that I got to reconnect, but I do see you for now. So
all right. Well, if you have to reconnect. Maureen says it's worse if your baby walks early, like 9 to 10 months. You really need to keep an eye on him. But yeah, you need to keep an eye.
I see that.
Why don't you get one of those? Why don't you get one of those harnesses like on a leash?
I'm not gonna do that.
Then you can just connect them to your belt.
No, dude. The number one thing I'm looking forward to is when he gets out of the put everything in his mouth stage. Because I was like, all right, I got an hour with him after work before my wife gets home. Let's hang out. Let's go outside. I'll do some weeding or whatever. Bend over, beeline for the mulch. Just grab a handful, get that in your mouth as fast as.
Yeah, you have to. All babies do that. Cody is reconnecting. We are. So I've lost Craig for summer hours. Now Cody is gone because he is reconnecting. But it was. Excuse me. It was fun having a baby in the house. But I immediately thought, oh, this must be what it feels like to be a grandparent, where it's fun for the time that the child is there. But then it's a lot of fun when the child, oh, there he goes. It's a lot of fun then when the child gets to go home, because you just can't do it when you get to a certain age. I was saying it yesterday. It was great having the baby here, but it was like being a grandparent, Cody, where it's like, oh, this is great. Oh, hey, here's the parents. See ya.
Yeah.
Talk to you later. Yeah. You go handle business.
I was saying he just keeps mulch, like he just like it's all he wants to eat, and it's like, and I would like go put him in the middle of the grass in the middle of the lawn, and no, he's just like, nope. I'm gonna flip over, crawl over, grab some mulch, and it's like, all right, well, I guess we're going inside.
Yeah,
so.
You got to bring out one of those, his little playpen kind of deal.
Yeah.
Or tie him to a tree. So you can't not like him to the tree, but
right.
Tie a rope around his waist and tie the rope to the tree and
tether him. Tether him to the tree.
There you go. Tether him. And don't play tether ball with him.
Right.
Because babies are not good at tether ball.
Right.
They always end up taking it right to the face. Smack.
Actually, you were talking about going out and about in this whole COVID thing.
I love it.
I went to 2 engagement parties on Saturday.
Did you really?
Yeah, one right downtown, one in not down, one in let's say Jefferson Park-ish, and then the other one out closer to River Forest, I think. Mark.
Oh, you were right by the house in River Forest.
I know. I thought about that. I know. Well, I was hopping. I barely made it from one to the other. Well, the second one included a ceremony because it's an engaged couple friend of ours. She's from Germany. They got engaged before the pandemic. She already has a green card and stuff because she's got some good job in the pharmaceutical industry. So it wasn't one of those like we got to get hitched so she can stay kind of deal. She was here either way, but because the pandemic isn't doing real great in Germany and there's so many travel restrictions, they can't get their families together to have a full-blown wedding. But they wanted to move forward with things, even though they couldn't get. I guess there's a bunch of travel restrictions for whatever reason. They couldn't get. So they decided to have a small ceremony here for, I guess, their Chicago friends. And they all had iPhones and they streamed it to their family and her family in Germany. And then once travel lets up and her family is able to get around, then they're going to do a bigger thing. But so this was kind of last minute for us. Like we thought it was an engagement party. Then they're like, oh, we're throwing on a ceremony. It's like, okay. But it was super fun. It was super chill. We just hung out. But yeah, both times, I mean, there's probably 30 people at that first one, maybe 40 at the first one, and then like 20 to 30 at the second one. So big groups of people. And, I got to say, I have a new approach to parties, Brian.
Yes. What is that?
It's not drinking alcohol as much.
Well, sure.
But going into a party I pound a Monster energy drink.
Okay.
Pre-party, I pre-game with just getting jacked up on caffeine and B vitamins so that I am razor sharp and I'm able to interact with people and keep up. Because Brian, you're a very quick-witted dude. I don't think you need this, but I'm socially rusty. And after that first party, I was just like, dude, I gotta, not this weekend, but like a few weeks ago when I saw family, I'm just like, dude, if I want to stay in this, and I gotta tell you, man, maybe it's Four Loko. Oh, that's a great idea, Mike. I used to show up at parties with Four Loko. That was my trademark. In my late 20s, there was like a year and a half long period, 28, 29, let's say. Is that the one
that has liquor in it or alcohol in it?
It's the one that has an insane amount of caffeine and alcohol, and they had to change the recipe because it was killing people.
Yeah, people were having heart attacks and stuff, right?
Yeah, they still sell it at 7-Eleven. So once I learned what Four Loko is, that was my trademark for a while, and I'd always show up, and I'd walk in, and I'd be like, time to start the party! And I just make a huge deal about it, and people would lose their minds. Great party trick. Probably took 10 years off my life. Wouldn't do it now that I'm in my 30s. But that was great for that little window there.
Yeah, but the 10 years it took off for those shitty ones at the end.
There you go.
So well, I get it because a lot of us are not used to being out anymore. And you also have not even a toddler yet, a newborn who's draining your energy. And you talk to him a lot, and as wonderful as I'm sure he is, he's probably not a great conversationalist. So he doesn't keep you on your toes to this point. So have you found that the energy drink works?
Yeah, it might just be all in my head, but yes.
I never had luck with those. I mean, I would drink them when Red Bull first came out and stuff, and I'd try them. And you remember I would drink those 5-hour energy shots before we'd do the overnight show, and I'd drink a ton of coffee, and then I'd go right to sleep.
Question.
Answer.
What brands of energy drink did you try besides Red Bull?
That 5-hour is what I drank all the time. Yeah. Because the Red Bull tasted like sack to me.
But here's the weird thing, Brian. Red Bull does nothing for me. Okay. Nothing. Like, I'm the same as you. I can pound 2 Red Bulls and pass out. For me, it's utterly worthless in terms of energy. But if I have a Monster, I'm good to go. I'm amped up. I'm all jacked. Right. I don't know what it is. And Rockstar energy drink
taste since they came out?
There's like 40 different flavors of Monster now. And actually, Rockstar energy drink I used to drink. Rockstar's got some good flavors. The Rockstar Mango, good stuff. Okay. But Rockstar Mango and the Monster there's a low carb Monster that's got like 9 grams of carbs. So it's a little bit lighter on the sugar. And that's the one I go for. Not no carb, but low carb. Okay. Low carb Monster is good. And Rockstar is good. And you can get like so many different flavors. But yeah, Red Bull just does not have anything helpful for me. So
well, maybe I'll take that under advisement.
Yeah.
I have to go. Yeah. Cause I've really enjoyed not having to go to parties and stuff. Cause I tease Craig about a lot of his takes. Cause let's be honest, a lot of them are insane, but I detest small talk too. And most of it is a confidence problem, So I think that, well, it is, but now we're going to be forced to go out. Like I have to go to an in-person meeting tomorrow night. After I host a virtual event, then I have to go to an in-person meeting, and I'm not looking forward to it. I've gotten to the point where I've got a nice little setup for the Zoom stuff. My background looks okay. I've got good lighting. I've got a nice camera. I don't need to go anywhere. But now I have to. So I'm going to have to start figuring out how to interact with people again.
Yeah.
Threw some hugs around this weekend. It's exciting.
Because you're shut-in now.
I am a shut-in. I'm more of a hermit. I enjoy it. But on the other hand, I did like being at my brother's for my niece's 7th birthday party the other day and seeing some family, throwing around a hug or two. That was nice. And not having to worry about masks. It was all very nice.
Yeah, very nice.
But now I'm like, oh, the holidays will come, and I'm going to be expected to go places.
Dude, no, I'm in the deep end. I got a graduation, my cousin's college graduation party this Saturday. Next Friday is my sister's wedding.
Oh my!
Yeah, weekend after that, 4th of July. I might see you. I might see other people. Who knows? I don't know. I'm still we're figuring out stuff. She's got family that might be here now, and it's all up in the air. It's all crazy stuff. Who knows?
And her not being here? So
no,
family will come and she won't be there.
Well, she hasn't finalized her plans yet.
Oh.
So they're plans, but they're like not solid. What's a pre-plan? It's like a plan to have a plan.
Oh, all right.
It's a penciled in plan.
I guess. Penciled in. I like everything penciled in. Because then you could dump it. Sorry, I just penciled it in. Yeah. That's I don't know what to tell you.
Marta has a good point. Just start coughing uncontrollably if someone starts talking to you.
I don't mind. See, here's the thing. I don't think that what I have to say, I know this is going to sound weird from a guy who talks basically for a living. I don't think I have anything interesting to say other than when I'm talking to a big forum. If I'm on stage or on the radio or here, then I have no problem sharing my views and opinions. But if I'm at a party with like somebody I kind of know, maybe I don't know, I'm like, these people don't care what I have to say. I figure if you're at the club or you're tuning into the show, there's a part of you that wants to hear what I have to say, or the interaction I have with you, or with you and Craig, or back, with Roger. People tune in; they want to hear that. But if I'm just at somebody's house, like if I'm at your backyard and some of your neighbors are there, and they go, "What do you do?" I go, "I'm in sales. I sell funeral plots." And that way, they're not going to ask me a lot of questions about it. I'll ask questions and listen to people.
Yeah.
But I don't want to, I got nothing to say.
Well, that's the key. You're not supposed to really have that much to say. You ask them.
But if everybody doesn't have much to say and everybody's just, if somebody tries to turn my ploy around on me, then suddenly they're asking me a bunch of questions. I don't want that. I want to be the guy asking the questions. And then I feign heat stroke, so I have to go inside and lay down. Ooh, it's so am hot. And then,
you're at an impasse.
Then I just drop. Yes, I would be at an impasse. I don't want to be at an impasse.
Yeah,
now, that all being said, I will go. I do go to places and I try to be convivial. But given the opportunity to not, I think I'd prefer not. Yeah. Like having a few people over to the house would be fun. Like we have to have, I've been talking to Debbie, we have to have a Realities May Vary gathering. I would ask Craig to invite Betty, but that's, I would assume we both have to start sending her DMs tonight. Hey, Betty, how's it going? Just every day, just flood her with weird, not even weird, not untoward, nothing inappropriate. Just,
right.
Hey, Betty, how's it going? Hey, hi, how are you? How's your day? And then Craig go, why are you guys bothering my wife?
I'd rather troll Craig directly. It's more fun. He's so fun.
It is fun to easy to troll. Tonight or today at lunch, it's beautiful out. This is my ideal weather.
It's perfect.
Right here. It's perfect. It's like San Diego weather. And so I'd been doing stuff all morning. I actually networked today, Cody. As a guy in the corporate world, I networked, which I'm not good at. I've never Unfortunately, I have waited until late in my life to begin realizing that you should network with people. And I had to reach out to some former colleagues today for some information. And these are colleagues that I have not talked to in a number of years, former coworkers of ours at 435 North Michigan. And I say to my surprise only because like if somebody reached out to me, I'd probably be a little more hesitant. Both of them responded to me immediately. And I had a nice conversation on the phone with one of them. And, it was lovely. So I'm doing that and I'm doing some other things. And it came lunchtime and Debbie had come up earlier and said, hey, I'm going to make some tuna salad for lunch. Would you like some tuna salad? Like, yeah, I'll have some tuna salad for lunch. That'd be lovely. All right. So it comes time for lunch. And normally, because she's working down in the dining room. Normally at lunchtime, I make my lunch. I bring it back up to the office, and she's either working through lunch or she punches out, but she eats at a different time. Today I said, hey, how about we dine al fresco for lunch? We sit out on the deck. We got the table, the umbrella. We put in a bunch of flowers. It's actually very peaceful, which is another reason that I don't want to leave. I have everything I need right here on the deck. Well, she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to eat tuna fish outside. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, what if it spoils? Oh, how long are you going to leave this tuna fish out on the patio? I'm like, first of all, it's like 75 degrees. We have an umbrella over the table, so there's shade. You're not setting out a bowl of tuna salad at 9 a.m. and then coming back to eat it at noon or 1 o'clock. I'm like, I said, okay, that's fine. Then we can eat inside. No, I'll try it. And it was such a big ordeal to eat outside because she lives in constant fear of food going bad. Like she's the person who, if the best if used by date was the 15th today, she threw it out yesterday. She's not waiting around. Me, I'll kick it another week or two past that date. Now, I will add that the tuna had been in the refrigerator until we were going to eat it. So it was cold to start with. We were going out to a temperate table, but it panicked her.
So this was not canned tuna fish.
Well, it started in a can, but then she made it into tuna salad. A little mayonnaise, little onions, some celery.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, the typical tuna salad.
Pretty good. It
was delicious. I kept worrying that it was going to go bad, though, so I ate it very quickly. I wolfed it down so as not to allow anything to spoil. And as you can imagine, I brought up many times during our lunch, oh, man, I hope this doesn't go bad. How's your tuna taste? Is this okay? Is it spoiled?
Sure, that went great.
Oh, yeah, she appreciated. Listen, after almost 30 years, she appreciates my humor.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it's beaten into her.
I mean, that's better than me. Today I grilled a few burgers, and I always use the left two burners just because. And then today I was like, I'll switch things up. Use the right two burners because I always use the left two burners. Yeah, well, then I pulled out my phone and I'm screwing around and scrolling and stuff, not paying attention. Throw the burgers on the left two burners. So I go to flip them. I'm like, why are the ones on the left not cooked as well? Whatever. Shut it. Open it a little later.
Whatever.
Look at it. I'm like, these don't look very... The burgers turned out great, actually. I just flipped them over to the other thing, but it just took 5 extra minutes.
You used indirect heat. That's what I would have gone with. I was trying something new tonight. I used indirect heat to cook the burgers so as not to get the carcinogenic char on them. It was almost like you smoked them.
Mm-hmm.
It was how'd they turn out? They turned out okay?
Yeah, they turned out perfectly fine. I had made myself a little double check. My thing is in an effort to go low carb and healthier, which this does not do, I just throw 2 patties on a bun and then I'm done.
There you go.
Because I know one burger is not going to be quite enough. It will be, but it won't be.
Now, do you make the patties yourself or are these pre-made patties?
These were pre-made. Yeah, I'm usually too lazy to make the patties. If we do buy ground meat, then she'll usually shape the patties. Our tag team is she does all the prep and then gives it to me and then I grill it.
Wow.
Which is basically her doing all the work because grilling is not hard.
No, but prep is the hard part.
Yeah.
but I can't do that. I like to. Debbie wouldn't do it the way I want it, so I do my stuff. And then if there's something she's making, I stay out of her way. That's just so. Our system is I do the cooking and then she cleans up, which is I think a fair trade.
Yeah,
You know?
I'll
sometimes
season.
if I grill everything, there's nothing to clean up. It's just basically put the plates in the dishwasher.
That's the best part of grilling.
I know that is the best part.
I will season if we do like a steak or something. If it's not me molding, I can put a ball of meat into a burger shape. It's not hard.
Are you sure?
I don't know, maybe. But if it's just it's just pork chops or steak or whatever, I will season it. I'll do all the seasoning and stuff and get it on there. So
no, it's man. Oh, I don't know. Now I'm hungry. Now I'm.
God, I'm still full. I didn't even need this beer, and it just after you guys started talking about this at the top of the show, I messaged my wife. I'm like, "Can you bring me a beer? I'm just gonna sit back and watch this."
See, I have not. The last couple of weeks, I have not drank during the broadcast. Maybe I need to start again if we're gonna have to, maybe just for my peace of mind. But I've been trying to go back, because all of a sudden the pandemic's over, and I'm like, oh, people have only seen me from the shoulders up. And I've put on a little weight. So I started last week going back to much trying to cut out the extra stuff, and so But then last week I couldn't. I had my cellulitis. I went back to the doctor, and he was like, "Oh, he's poking at it. I think I told you this. That he's like, if it doesn't get all the way better, then you should just call me and I'll give you more medicine." I'm like, I don't know. Well, so I took a chance. I looked and I'm like, yeah, I think I need more. So I'm still on the antibiotics. I'm still hobbling around. Awful. I feel sometimes I don't feel so. Sometimes I still think I'm like your age. Still think I'm in my 30s and I'm young and spry and stupid. Then I realize, no, you're not young and spry anymore. 2 out of 3, no go. Stupid, yeah. But there's just days when you get up and everything hurts and you're like, oh man, what happened to me? This isn't how it's supposed to be. And then you just move on.
Yeah, I started working out, but I got to get on the diet train. I got to start eating healthier. We would never buy things like ice cream or chips or buns or anything like that. It's all like meat and veggies basically. And now I don't know. Well,
listen, your wife's got a physical job. She's burning it all off.
She is.
That's a problem. Our jobs are not that physical. I remember when I was working construction and stuff, you could eat whatever because you burned it all off, or if you're at the gym for a couple hours a day, you're burning it all off. But yeah, if you're, producing podcasts and sitting around doing trivia and radio shows it's not like, woo, I'm really putting my system to the test. All I'm putting to the test is my ass because I'm sitting on it nonstop.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's crazy talk. I was over at my mom's the other day. We were getting the alarm system installed. Did you hear that? Did you hear that explosion?
That was an explosion?
Yeah. That was an explosion.
Dude, you want to talk explosions?
Yeah, why not?
My sister lives like 2 miles away from that plant.
Does she really? Did she have to evacuate, or is she in the mask zone?
Not originally, but she and her no, it's her, because they got married during the pandemic, even though their wedding's next week. We'll say for husband. She and her husband stayed at my parents last night. My parents had to go pick up their dog because the whole thing's going on. It's like 10 or 11. And she's like, dude, if they expand the boundary of the zone, we won't be able to get our dog. So my parents had to go pick up the dog in the morning. But yeah, she said it's just been blowing up nonstop. I mean, thankfully, I watched one of the TV stations in Rockford had a live stream. I watched them for like an hour yesterday because it was just like, yikes.
It's crazy. It made the national news because it was on World News Tonight. And then today I was watching it all because that was the craziest when the fireball, just when it exploded, it looked like, buffalo cauliflower, the fireball. Yeah. It was crazy. And today they were spraying it with foam because it looks like it might be getting to the point where they're getting it under control. But
yeah.
So she's okay. Her house okay. Everything's.
I mean,
everything's
no one
fine.
was hurt, right? So like that's
Right.
Thank God for that. And I've heard murmurings that there are some other companies in that sector, in that kind of manufacturing industrial sector, that will be extending invitations for the former employees of that place to apply and pick them up, like pretty much guarantee that they get them picked up, because there's 70 people unemployed now.
Oh yeah.
Too. So, you know, they got nowhere to go. So it seems like the community is really going to rally and hopefully take care of those folks. And, you know, again,
and they're opening up some investigations because there were allegedly some, you know, there was already an OSHA investigation ongoing at the plant. Can I say this, though? I think we need to call for the news agencies to boycott the man on the street reaction from people. The people, and I'm not talking about if you're talking to the fire chief or somebody from FEMA or you know, somebody who's trained to talk to the media, but Joe, who lives a mile away, well, I heard something, and then my wife said, you got to come and see this. There's smoke. It's like people make themselves sound so ridiculous, and then some people are just smirking because they're so excited to be on TV. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care that the building is on fire and people are out of a job and their debris is falling all over, and who knows what in God's name people are breathing all of a sudden. They're like, I'm on TV. There's Sylvia Perez.
I think it's great.
Do you really?
I love local news. Like, I loved watching the anchor, you know, being like, this is the first breaking story I've had to deal with basically ever. I loved watching the reporter on the field. Like, I love that the meteorologist jumped in and his mic wasn't on. And so after about 20 seconds of talking, she said, you know, Joe, I think you're on mute. Just want to maybe check your microphone, make sure the audio is okay. And then he turns it off and he's like, okay, great. We're back now. And then just being people, like I you know, I grew up in Rockford and they've got all the stations there, right? They've got WIFR, WREX. They've got local Rockford news. And, you know, I went into the station a couple times, like in high school. You know, my dad would be on the TV with his bagpipe band. Like, it just, there is nothing like local news. I think
the local news team is fine. I think once you leave, you know, when the reporter on scene is, or just they're trying to get local flavor, so they're going out to talk to the yahoos.
Love it.
And
it's the best part. It's the best part. It's one of the best parts. Like, everything about local news, I wouldn't change anything. I really wouldn't.
But here's how it shows that, you know, they talk to these the man on the street. Of course, they're talking to women too. But if you've ever seen Jimmy Kimmel, he does lie witness news, where his correspondent is out on the streets in California, and they'll ask people about fake news stories. And to a one, everybody lies that they saw it, and everybody's got opinions on it. And it's like, wow, this is what it's come to. So, you know, everybody that the real news people are talking to are the same way. They're just so excited that there's a camera and now they have a forum that they're going to say whatever. I heard that the plant blew up because all that petroleum was ignited by space lasers. And that's what I heard.
Yeah, it's gold. It's where you get moments like, where the gold at, you know, and
ain't nobody got time for that.
Right, hide your wife, hide your kids. I mean, come on, like, these are the golden moments. And just not to be pedantic here, but for the Jimmy Kimmel type stuff, that is heavily edited, and there's a good chance. There's a good chance 60% of the people they interview are like, "What are you talking about? That's not a real news story." There's a good chance you don't see a lot of that, and you know that. But
you don't see everybody.
You know that, but everyone listening to this maybe not.
But there's still enough people that do.
There are.
That it's hilarious.
There are.
But yeah, oh man, this had to be some of those Rockford newscasters who've been there, like you said, their entire career. This is gold, Jerry. Gold. I mean, I'm sure they're sad, but they're also like, man, the whole world is watching. This is the time. And because, be honest, we felt the same way when we covered big breaking things like that. You know, when they not Nagasaki,
The Japanese
the
earthquake.
Japanese thing, the state fair when the wind blew over the tents, the cheese. Remember the cheese truck that overturned?
No.
Yeah. Oh, maybe you weren't with me at that point. Christopher was covering it too. There was a big cheese truck overturned. I think on the Indiana toll road, we were covering that. You feel like suddenly you're Walter Cronkite.
It is
You're
exciting.
Edward R. Murrow.
I really like it. Yeah, I like you shift. I remember the Japan thing, which was a horrible disaster and just really, really awful. But I remember that night, my brain. So Brian and I were. Brian was hosting the overnight show I was producing when the earthquake happened in Japan, the huge one that ruptured the nuclear reactor, and the tsunami, and like that really, really horrific one, like 10 or more years ago. And we were there, and obviously it was horrible and an awful tragedy and stuff. But like there was a satisfaction in being able to report on it and find sources and do research. I was online. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? Calling ABC News and CBS and like trying to get contacts and checking the Japanese websites and seeing if there's forums and all that. And then, Brian's getting everything and the news. There's a lot of a lot
of moving parts, and it's
a very energizing.
We're really producing that night.
We're all, you're given a reason.
You in the newsroom were doing your things, and then I was doing my part behind the microphone, keeping things moving. But yeah, everybody was working. Was it 2011?
God, I knew it was a long time ago. Yeah, that's about right.
Listen, we are nothing if not subscribers to Bruce Springsteen's Glory Days. That's what we just talk about, the big things we used to do.
Sure.
Remember the big things we used to do, Cody?
Nope.
Did we do big things? I don't remember. I don't remember that either. I don't know. I started to tell you about
your mom's security system.
My mom's security system. So I had to be. Well, I don't know if you have an elderly parent, and yes, I consider 84 to be elderly. If you have an 84 or an elderly parent, sometimes they are, and I'm this way too. I think we're all a little bit stuck in our ways. But there comes a point where if you're still, I don't know, there's a point where you're still willing to try new things and you're willing to open things up. And my mom is still that way to some respect. But like Friday, I was over there because we were hooking up her. She got one of those medical alert deals too. This was she has consented to put a lot of things in place for her peace of mind and safety, and my brother's and my peace of mind and safety, because it's like, hey, when she dislocated her shoulder a couple of weeks ago, it's like, what if something happened and you couldn't call? Oh yeah. So anyway, we got her biggest thing with both the medical alert and the alarm is that she's somehow going to accidentally set them off. I'm like, Ma, you can't accidentally set them off. Well, what if they just go off? Well, they're not gonna. I said, I've had an alarm system for 2 years. It's never accidentally gone off. I said, and I've never tripped it. It's either on or off. And the button, like to push the medical alert, the button is recessed. So you have to make an effort to push it. You can't just brush past it and push it. You got to push it. She's like, well, I don't know. What if it just goes off? I'm like, if it just goes off, then when they call you, just say, I pushed it and I didn't mean to. She goes, oh, will I get in trouble? I go, I don't know, but I'll shake my head with disdain because it didn't just happen. I had to be there at an ungodly hour Saturday morning and put everything in. And the installer came and he was really nice. And I had said to my mom, I go, listen, I know you're gonna have questions, but don't ask him when he first gets here. Let him install everything, and then he's going to explain it all to us, and then that's when we'll ask our questions. Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. The guy walked in the house. She was sitting at the dining room table. As soon as he turned the corner, she saw him. First thing out of her mouth, what happens if I try to do it? And I'm like, you didn't even make it 12 seconds, and you're asking questions of this guy. And he was like, well, that's, and I'm like, Ma, first of all, you can't. She's worried that she's not going to make it from the door to the alarm pad. I go, you don't have to make it from the door to the alarm pad to turn off the alarm. You have the app on your phone. You have a key fob on your key. There's no way you're going to have to do this. But she is fixated on making mistakes. So I spend the morning, the guy's there. He got there at like 8:15. And he left at about 1:30. So now he's gone over. Then I'm going over stuff again with my mom. All right, what do you know? What do you want to ask? What don't you understand? We're doing it. I take the key fob. I check if it works from the driveway. I check if it works from everything works. I've got the app all set up on her phone. Everything's fine. Everything's great. She's asking me some questions. I'm having her go through the whole thing. I go, all right, you're going to bed. What do you do? Oh, I push this, and then I do this, and I'm like, yep, you got it. What about when you're leaving? Oh, I lock the door. Then I press this button on the key fob. The alarm is set. I'm good. When I come home, I press the button. Then I unlock the door and I walk in. I said, yes.
Cool.
That's it. It seems easy. We're at my brother's on Sunday for my niece's birthday party. And we're all sitting around the table. And my mom goes, Brian, just so you know, I've locked my door the same way for years. And so I didn't turn on the alarm today because it was just too hard. And I was like, Ma, it's not too hard. We went over this, but okay. Like, if you pay for it all you want. You can pay for it and never use it. That's fine. There comes a point where you'd be proud of me because my patience level has grown exponentially over the last 6 months. But there is a limit to my newfound patience. And she found it. So I was like, I can't talk to you about this anymore. If you don't want to use the alarm, don't use the alarm. And then Debbie tries, well, Patsy, don't you have the app? Oh, yes, I have the app. And don't you have that key fob? Yes, I have the key fob. Then you should never have to worry about getting to the pad on time. I know, but I've it's too much for me I've learned a lot of things lately. I don't need to learn any more things. Okay, don't learn any more things. Yeah, you're right. Don't learn any more things. You have a beautiful touchpad for ADT right on your wall, and do with it what you will. At least I know the smoke detector monitor, the smoke and CO2 detector monitors 24/7. Whether she likes it or not, that's on. So everything else is like, hey man, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what to do, Cody, anymore. The world is my oyster. I don't know what that means.
That's what Rick and Morty's about.
Is that what it's about? All right, listen. Father's Day is Sunday. I want to wish you in advance, before we get out of here, a happy Father's Day. Your first Father's Day. This is going to be exciting for you. Hopefully you get a number one dad mug, something like that. I know you won't get a tie. Maybe get some. You won't get the bad cologne until your son is buying stuff on his own. Like when he has a couple bucks and he can go to Walgreens. That's when you'll get like the Old Spice or the High Karate. And then you'll start getting those fun things that you remember, and he'll start making you things, and those are cool. Like I said, there's something little poem that Molly made me over on the wall with pictures of her when she was little. And Debbie still, I get this. I used to be a jerk. Now I'm just kind of a jerk sometimes. So it says, Dad's the best one in the world, but it's DAD''S. And I guess when I give it to me, I go, oh, I should have this apostrophe. I don't remember this at all. And I don't think Molly remembers it either. Debbie is the only one who says, sometimes Debbie remembers it for some reason. And, when she says it, I go, yeah, but I liked it enough that I've had it on the wall of the office Molly's 24. She probably made this for me when she was 7 or 8. Yeah. So it's been on the wall for a long time, But yeah, I guess I criticized the wayward apostrophe. That's the old me. New me, she can write. I would like her to make me a new one and make a lot of grammatical errors, and I will not correct them.
There you go.
I'll just ask if she needs to go to the emergency room because she had head trauma. Would that be out of line?
Nah.
All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, yeah, it says, Dad's the best one in the world, always helps me when I need it. Daddy is the greatest.
There you go.
So I don't know what you're going to get if it says you're the greatest.
No, wait.
It's a
the
lie.
apostrophe should be there.
Should it?
If it's dad's the best one, that means dad is the best one.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So I know I wouldn't have said it. I don't. Again,
Like, I've been wondering, and I'm like, did I miss something? But if the phrase is dad's the best one, that means dad is the best one. So the apostrophe does belong there.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I can't be the first person to notice this.
I think you. Yes, I think you are. The only one in our house who's.
Doesn't your wife has like 2 master's degrees? There's no possible conceivable way I'm the first person to notice this. Your daughter is college educated and very smart.
She has 2 degrees. She has 2 degrees too.
You also are, believe it or not, smart. I refuse to believe I'm the only person that has noticed that dad's is the best. What is happening right now? Are you serious?
Yes. All these years. I don't know what happened. I honestly, yes, this was something. And all this time, every time I come in and I see it, I'm like, oh, I know, I get it. Marta is commenting that it's correct. I realize now that it's correct. I got to text Molly right after the show and tell her, yes, wow. And I'm going to tell Debbie. See, Debbie fancies herself on being detail oriented. I'm a goof. Listen, I don't need to worry about details. I'm big picture. But Debbie's all about the details. Wow, this is a shocking secret from the Noonan family.
This is the weirdest moment.
This could be. And I'm not manufacturing this moment as some sort of hot take.
Oh my God.
All these years. It's like I looked at it as dad's the possessive. Like this is dad's sign. This is dad's present.
Yeah.
Not dad is. I look at it as the possessive of dad's, not a contraction for dad is.
No, that makes sense. I mean, but oh boy.
I know. That's weird.
This is
wow.
Extraordinary.
It is. I'm not afraid to show things, warts and all. This is definitely a wart.
Well, we can't top that. That's a good.
No, we got to say about because now I think I owe Molly a 15-year apology. Just add it to the listen. Just put it on the list of my my
you gotta
problems.
You gotta have a talk with your wife about it too.
I'm gonna have a talk with my wife because we were all wrong.
Oh my God, this is extraordinary.
Oh, Marta, listen, this was the least of the things that I've done damage to my daughter with.
Oh, God.
So there's,
God,
she is Molly, and because Molly is a punctuation Nazi. She went off on somebody. She got an invitation to something, and she thought the apostrophe shouldn't have been there. And we were all looking, and I Googled it, and I was like, I think it's okay. And she was like, no, it's not. And then it turns out she was right. So maybe even as a 7-year-old. She knew what was going on. And then I'm like, oh, this is incorrect. It's lovely, though. I cherish it. That's why it's here. Again, that's why it's still here.
Hey, it's fine. It's fine. Well, yes. Well, I hope you get another wonderful, grammatically correct.
I need to ask her to do a handwritten gift for me this year again.
Yeah.
And, all right. Well, listen. Have a happy Father's Day, Cody. Happy Father's Day if you're listening to this, wherever you're listening to this. If it's before Father's Day, happy Father's Day. If it's after Father's Day, I hope you had a nice Father's Day. If you're not a father, whatever, don't ask anybody to say hello. That's what we've learned today. So Cody, tell your wife I said hi. Tell your son I said hi. He won't know. So yeah, don't worry about the son one because he won't know. Your wife will know. Tell her to also look for the Echo Chainsaw No Excuses television commercial. Or you look for the Echo Chainsaw.
I'm Googling it right now. I was looking. Perfect. Can't wait.
Every time I see this commercial, I think of your house.
Yeah. I tried finding it, but we didn't know the brand. So perfect.
Well, now I know the brand. I've been trying to find it too. Anyway, have a nice Father's Day. We will talk next week. Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. When you're listening to this on, are they supposed to smash the like button, Cody? What do they do when they listen to this on the podcast channels?
Yeah, if you're checking this out on YouTube, give it a thumbs up, smash the like button. Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review. That's about it.
That would be lovely. Take care. Have a great week. We will talk to you again later. Cody, as always, ta-ta.
Bye.